Hello and welcome to another Unwind Outdoors video. Last week I had just left off after climbing the most terrifying yet rewarding hike in the United States. That hike is Angel's Landing in Zion National Park. Angel's Landing was such a special hike that I wanted to give it its own video. So this video is going to pick up right where I left off after having climbed Angel's Landing around midday. Alright, so I finished up Angel's Landing, went and had some lunch, and now I'm headed out on another hike. This is the Canyon Overlook hike. Much shorter, much easier, and it's supposed to have really good views, so let's go. Made it to the top of the Canyon Overlook Trail. Gorgeous views of the canyon here in the background. Alright, it's only about 3:30, but I'm going to head back to camp for the night. It's extremely hot and I've had enough of the sun, so let's go. I am back at my campsite for the night, but I just wanted to show you. It's 87 degrees today. It is hot. I have tonight's dinner cooking, corn on the cob and potatoes, and a hamburger. Let me show you around my campsite for tonight. I've got my car. I have this shelter, which is nice for shade, picnic table. The view is what's the great part about camp tonight. I am nestled in these red rocks. The downfall is that there is day use parking spots right next to me, so I don't have a ton of privacy. But when I go to bed, I will, because there will be nobody there. Great place to camp for the night. I've got dinner cleaned up and everything put away. And I have my bed set up for the night. This is a full-size mattress. I haven't cut it, so it is the full length and the full width of a full-size mattress. And I use a double-wide sleeping bag. So that's my setup. Good morning. I slept great last night. I'm just getting up and around. Such a beautiful place to wake up. Look at the sun hitting these orange rocks. I will say it hasn't been the most pleasant camping experience that I've had because there is day use right here. So people start coming in and out at like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I've had a lot of people from the day use walk through my campsite, which is very frustrating. There's clear signs that say camp boundary, but people just blatantly walk through. I'm not sure. It's been a little frustrating, especially when I'm in my car changing and somebody comes into my campsite. It's a little unsettling. I do have my window covers up, so, you know, I had privacy, but for somebody to blatantly walk through my campsite while I'm in the middle of changing is just a little frustrating. Anyways, there are campsites at this park that you wouldn't have that problem at. I think, you know, just this site specifically is just so close to the state parking. So if I were to ever stay here again, I would not stay in site 10. So anyways, so that being said, I have my breakfast going. This thing has been great. So I got this kettle for Christmas and I plug it into my Jackery. My Jackery is pretty low right now because I haven't charged it in a few days, but I hook this up to my Jackery. It warms up the water, and then I'm gonna have some oatmeal for breakfast. It's so nice to be able to have hot water for tea or, you know, whatever I want for the morning without having to get my whole camp set up. So that has been absolutely great. I'm loving that. I have seen a lot of advertisements for these Kodiak cakes for their pancakes. So I found this. It's a power cup, 14 grams of protein, chocolate chips. So I'm going to try this for breakfast. So you just gotta add water. All right, so this just calls for a 1/3 cup of hot water. So I'm gonna pour that in. And then it says to cover it and let it sit for a minute. Okay, there is a trail just a short walk from my campsite that leads you to Dinosaur Tracks. So I am going to head and go see those. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you might have seen a video that I put out a few weeks ago where I hiked to a red reef trail. That is actually this park. So the park I'm staying in is where the trailhead for that red reef hike is. If you want to check that out, I'll link that in the description below. So it looks like there were 3 kinds of dinosaurs that left tracks here. Dilophosaurus, Meganosaurus. I'm gonna butcher these names, so. And then the third is an unknown. So these tracks were actually found pretty recently. It says they were found in 2012 and they found 17 tracks. I just want to show you how cool the view is from up here. So my campsite is right down here, tucked away behind this little ridge. I just came up to the top of this and look at the view. I'm probably only about 1/4 of a mile from my campsite. This is such a cool place. So here is a sign that says Ubrontes Track. So let's go see if we can find it. Yeah, so here's the track. So there's kind of hard to tell, but you can see 3 toes. And then if you look over here a little bit, there's another one. 1 toe, 2 toes, 3 toes. So those are the tracks. One here, and one here. So if you come here, it's a little misleading. You're coming up this trail here. There's the sign on the right, but the track is up a little right here and here. I found some more dinosaur tracks. I was too busy reading the signs that I missed the dinosaur tracks right behind the signs earlier. Kind of silly, but here's one. Here's one. There's another up here. There's a couple actually. There's one here, one here, one here. There's more to the left for the 2 signs. One here, one here. Okay, so that concludes my trip. I had a great weekend. I hiked one of my favorite hikes that is going to no longer be readily available to hike. As I said before, it's going into a reservation system, and I don't know what the chances of getting a permit is going to be, so I'm extremely glad that I got the opportunity to do that this weekend. And then I also hiked to some dinosaur tracks today, and I camped in a great spot. Other than, some issues with the day use, people coming into my site, it's a gorgeous campsite. So I had a great weekend overall. As always, if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!